Hello everyone, this is World Exposure. Well, it turns out that the environmentalist terrorist James Jay Lee that held people hostage at the Discovery Channel's Washington, D.C. headquarters said that he had an awakening after seeing Al Gore's documentary An Inconvenient Truth. Now, this awakening helped inspire him to create a website called SaveThePlanetProtest.com, which is a list of demands that he wanted the Discovery Channel to do or change. Now, this awakening helped inspire him to walk into the Discovery Channel's Washington, D.C. headquarters with a gun, carrying metallic canisters strapped to his chest, terrorizing the lives of the hostages and some 1,900 others, including babies and children from a daycare center that had to be evacuated. Now, I bet Al Gore could be proud of this man. Lee's proximity to the daycare center is even more disturbing, since a few of his demands consist of things like this. Saving the planet means saving what's left of the non-human wildlife by decreasing human population. That means stopping the human race from breeding any more disgusting human babies. You're the media. You can reach enough people. It's your responsibility because you reach so many kinds. He goes on to say, for every human born, acres of wildlife forests must be turned into farmland in order to feed that new addition over the course of 60 to 100 years of that new human's lifespan. That is at the expense of the forest creatures. All human procreation and farming must cease. It is the responsibility of everyone to preserve the planet that they live on by not breeding any more children who will continue their filthy practices. Lee goes on to say, children represent future catastrophic pollution, whereas their parents are current pollution. No more babies, he says. Population growth is a real crisis. Even one child born in the U.S. will use 30 to 1,000 times more resources than a third world child. It's like a couple are having 30 babies even though it's just one. If the U.S. goes in this direction, maybe other countries will too, Lee says. Well, thankfully the police were able to stop this man before he was able to wipe out any of these human beings that he sees as pollution. This Al Gore awakening that he had eventually led to his own death. Now, one of the demands that I find quite interesting is demand number 4. Now, in this demand, Lee states, civilization must be exposed for the filth it is, that and all its disgusting religious cultural roots and greed. Broadcast this message until the pollution in the planet is reversed and the human population goes down. This is your obligation, Lee says. If you think it isn't, then get the hell off the planet. Breathe oil. It is the moral obligation of everyone living, otherwise what good are they? You know, these disgusting religious cultural roots Lee speaks of sounds a lot like what atheists consider filth that they want to rid of the world today. As a matter of fact, it has been confirmed that James Jay Lee has stated in his MySpace page before it was deleted that he was an atheist. You know, I find that quite interesting, since the atheists today believe it's religion that causes all the wars, violence, and terror in the world, as if it can't be the degeneration of society that makes up these religions. So then I guess religious people should pay closer attention to the Malthus Darwin science. This is what James Jay Lee wanted the Discovery Channel to do under his very first demand. This demand came right after Lee explained that we should not give birth to any more filthy children, since they are pollution. So you see, atheist, if you can make the argument that religious ideology causes the kind of radical behavior we see in atheist James Jay Lee, then one can counter-argue that anti-religion ideology can cause the same kind of radical behavior.